now. Again, a snake PPR 10-team draft. We're going to randomize the draft order. Beep, boop, 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 boop. And we will get underway with our mock draft. Is everybody ready? Is everybody set? You guys ready to go? Let's get it started, everybody. Mock draft time. So we have some auto drafting teams, so things should go pretty fast tonight. How will Jonathan Taylor be this season? I don't really trust him. Even if he goes to a different place, I don't think he's going to put up massive production. So, run on wide receiver to start. Not surprised as we're in a PPR league. So notice the PPR factor with wide receivers coming off the board, then the running backs that you'd expect. Kelsey comes off the board. Now it's my turn. I'm looking towards the wide receivers, looking towards the running backs. I'll take Nick Chubb. I certainly like that. I'm going to stick with a wide receiver now. I'll go with A.J. Brown. You guys know how I feel about him. So, taking Chubb and Brown. Team 8, loading up on that Kansas City connection. Team 9 went doubled up on receivers. In a PPR draft, not surprised by that. If you guys have fantasy football questions, don't hesitate to fire away. Bobby Jr. went with 2 wide receivers like his 2. IP Shade 45 off to a strong start with Bijan and Garrett Wilson. Chase and Adams, Kupp and Pollard. These are good pairings so far. Elliott Robinson now on the clock with Christian McCaffrey already in hand. If you guys need help with your fantasy football drafts, just hit us up. We're happy to give out any information or help out with any tips that we possibly can. MVP Metcalf, what did you just hear? Okay, run on quarterback, everybody. Notice the run on quarterback to start round 3. IP Shade 45 next on the clock. Darren Waller is not a top 3 tight end. That is, he has the potential to be if he played a full season, but I don't think he's going to stay healthy enough. So I don't think he stays healthy enough. He would be if he could play all 17 games, but he won't. Olave and Waddle go in the 3rd round. We were talking last night on one of our sessions on TikTok Live about where would Chris Olave go. Notice that he went in round 3 to IP Shade 45. I can believe that he's better than Kittle as a receiver, not as a blocker. That would be crazy. Okay, time for Fumble Sports to pick. I'm going back to the wide receiver Calvin Ridley, taking him off the board in a PPR like that. I'll also take Travis Etienne. So I've got my 2 running backs. I've got my 2 wide receivers in this PPR league, like Chubb, like Etienne, like where I am. I think in a 10-man league, being 10 and then having that back-to-back pick, I actually think it's a really advantageous spot. 10-man leagues are just simply easier. When you're dealing with like a 14-man league, doing a 10-team mock draft is like, oh, this is so easy. It's vacation, baby. Should I trade Gibbs and McLaurin for Ridley and Jones? Ooh, that's a good one. I actually think I might. I actually think it's a good trade, believe it or not. I normally would say don't trade Jahmyr Gibbs, but I think it's a good trade. Not crazy about it, but it's interesting. Good call. Hawkinson finally comes off the board. By the way, who are my top 3 tight ends? Kelsey, Andrews, Hawkinson. Let the mock draft be the guide. Elliott Robinson has 2 running backs, has 1 quarterback. You would think he'd go wide receiver. Not getting a wide receiver in a PPR league until the 4th round. Probably not what you want. Elliott Robinson clearly didn't get in on the mock draft. Missed and got another running back. Wide receiver, you're going to see in a PPR league, there are going to be some rounds that are really wide receiver heavy. I think Hawkinson, even with back issues, hey, Darren Waller has a lot of issues. He's got a lot of health issues in his past. So for a number of reasons, I would say Hawkinson. So another quarterback goes. Breece Hall just went. Looking at running backs, looking at wide receivers, not crazy about either. At the quarterback position, Justin Fields. I'm not as high on Justin Fields as other people are. I do need to get a quarterback with one of these picks. Funny enough, Darren Waller's on the board. I'm running out of time. I need to make a move. I'll go running back, and I'll take J.K. Dobbins. I want to get that third running back for depth. Then for quarterback, man, I really want to take Trevor Lawrence. But I'll take Justin Fields. He is the best quarterback on the board, so I'm going to take him. MVP Metcalf. I have Jefferson, Hawkinson, guaranteed points every time they throw the ball. Abso-frickin-lutely. Vikings passing game is definitely something worth investing in and betting on. Team 8 went with Drake London. Team 8 has drafted 4 wide receivers in a row. In a PPR league, I get it, but you do need some running backs eventually, don't you? Waller goes to Bobby Jr., so Darren Waller does come off the board. We've had a mixture of tight ends, running backs, wide receivers, and quarterbacks go in this round so far. Hope you guys are enjoying our mock draft, learning a little bit about how to prepare for your fantasy draft. B-Rhett, what's up? Why Dobbins when could have gotten Akers or Connor? I just like the Ravens offense overall, and I think J.K. Dobbins could actually have a bit of a breakout year. I know there's a lot of mouths to feed, but I actually like him a little bit more. Trevor Lawrence finally comes off the board in round 7. Akers follows him. Goddard next. Mike Williams after him. Bobby Jr. now on the clock. Making our way through this 10-team PPR snake mock draft. Hopefully you guys are learning a lot and preparing for your own fantasy football drafts. Bobby Jr. time up and took Godwin. So, Fumble Sports back on the clock. I already have 3 running backs. I'm going to get a 4th. It's going to be Pacheco, just as a draft and stash. I do like him a lot, especially in a PPR. But I also do need to get a wide receiver. I'm not going to tight end just yet, unless there's no one actually at the wide receiver position that I'm crazy about. Fine, I'll take him. I'll go Evan Ingram. Good tight end to take. I'll probably double up on that position within the next couple of rounds. If you guys have fantasy football questions of your own, feel free to fire away while I'm waiting for the round to go. Too many Jags, bro. By the way, you're absolutely right. I forgot about that. I have Ridley and ETN. You're absolutely right. So in this mock draft, that's a great call. I'm actually making a mistake. B-Rhett is absolutely right. B-Rhett is absolutely right. I totally forgot about earlier in my own draft. I'm kind of scatterbrained here doing other things. But B-Rhett is absolutely right. I'm overloaded on the Jaguars. That is a mistake. I probably should have gone with David Njoku with that tight end draft. Or I should have gone earlier, funny enough, to Waller. Who's going to be the lead back in the Chicago backfield? Seems like a mess. It really is. I mean, who's the lead back? It's Justin Fields, even at quarterback. But I would say that it's probably going to be Khalil Herbert. Hey, Jonesy, you're totally right. I should have just gone Trevor Lawrence. I was even thinking about him. I should have just become the Jacksonville Jaguars. I would literally put up a picture of Ahmad Khan with that mustache.
Come on.
If you guys have fantasy football questions of your own, feel free to fire away. I'm just going to tell you to pick more Jacksonville Jaguars, apparently. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday wherever you are. It has been a great day. I'm not going to lie. I had a wonderful day. Got some clothes, going on a trip. We got a great new sponsor for the show. Having a fun mock draft. Getting all the Jacksonville Jaguars my heart could possibly want. It's been a wonderful Wednesday. I hope it has been for you as well. Some wide receivers going here in round 9. Jackson Smith-Njigba, Johnson, Addison, Evans. When it comes to a wide receiver, you guys know I'm looking. I like Tony. I would double up there. I like Quentin Johnston too. I'll take Quentin Johnston. He's not a Jacksonville Jaguar, but still worth it. I still also have my other pick. I'm going to double up on the tight end position, and I'll get Dalton Kincaid. I'm really big on him, So having 2 tight ends, I think it's very valuable. I think maybe if you don't have a Kelsey, a Mark Andrews, one of the top Hawkinson, one of the top maybe 3-4 tight ends, I think it's valuable to actually have 2 and just interchange them. How are we feeling about Ronald Acuna Jr. under 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs? I actually think that's a decent play. I was looking at those stats earlier, and I didn't like him on any of the overs, which tells me the under 2.5 might be a good play, Drew. Making our way through our mock draft today takes everything we've got. And we are making our way through round 11 right now. Round 11 of our mock draft. 10-team PPR snake mock draft. If you have questions about anything going on in the world of sports, whether it's fantasy football or anything else, we're here for it. We are going through our mock draft and just ripping about sports for a little bit. Don't sleep on Mostert too late. B-Ret, that's an interesting call. Good note for everyone out there. B-Ret has been a part of a couple of our conversations on live. Okay, I have 3 wide receivers. I need a 4th. Sky Moore interests me. Rashee Rice interests me. But I'm actually going to take Elijah Moore. I think this is a good spot to take him. In round 11, I do think there's value there. Now, final 4 picks of the draft, final 4 rounds to go. I've already got most of the picks I want. I'll get another quarterback. I'm right at the point. I'll get the number 1 defense I want. I'm going to get the Eagles defense just because I feel like it's probably a round too early there. But I feel like doing the snake, going as long as I do on defense, would just be a long time to wait. So I like my team. I'm willing to take a defense maybe a round earlier than I should. Given that, I'll probably go with another player in that next pick, and then I'll go on the back end with a kicker. Hey, I have to go, Otto. Yeah, do your thing, Elliot. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all of you guys who have been with us throughout the show. All of you guys are outstanding members of this great community. IP Shade 45 doubled up on defenses. I know there's a lot of controversy about that. I'll go with Sky Moore, and I'm going to take a kicker. I'll take Evan McPherson. So that just leaves me with 1 pick left, going through our final 2 rounds of our mock draft. Fortunately for our producer, our mock draft only took about 15 minutes today. So you can see your family, okay? You can see Tiny Tim, okay? How important is it to handcuff Zeke with Ramondre? Not critically important, because even if Ramondre went down, I don't think Zeke would all of a sudden get massive numbers. I think it's a nice thing to do, but I don't think it's as essential as some actual other pairings. Defenses going late, kickers going as well. Making our way through the final round of our mock draft. Bobby Jr. giving that love to Tom Brady. I think I'll take another defense. I'll take the Packers defense and just have 2. So just looking at some of these picks, Team 1, Jefferson, Henry, Hurts, and Aaron Jones, Kittle. Good starting lineup overall, but waited too long to get a second wide receiver in a PPR league. Elliott Robinson was kind of in and out on the mocks. Just waited way too long to get wide receivers and then took a ton hoping he'd find one. Don't like the strategy overall, but he was an auto draft, so no thing. Team 3, like where he started. This is a good team. Trevor Lawrence, where he did in round 7, not bad. Overall, pretty solid team, probably a BB+. Team 4, like what I'm seeing from Team 4 in a PPR league. You can't go wrong drafting this many good, talented receivers. Maybe waited a touch too long to attack the running back position, but overall not too bad. Probably this is the spot. Could have gotten Aaron Jones, Mixon. Should have done something here. Maybe should have waited to get a 3rd wide receiver. Shade 45. Love the team that he built early on. Dameon Pierce as a 3rd running back is a good pick. Sleeper right there. Doubled up on tight end. Doubled up on defense. We know how IP Shade 45 does. Team 6, really strong. Love the team from the start. Eckler, Barkley, Waddle, Lamar Jackson, McLaurin, Watson, Mike Williams, and Dalvin Cook. Team 6 had an outstanding draft, plus Anthony Richardson as the backup and Justin Tucker as the kicker. really strong team, Team 6. Bobby Jr. putting him under the clock and seeing how he did. Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, do like that 1-2 punch. Went to 2 running backs next. Jonathan Taylor, where does he end up? That's a bit of a risky pick, but could end up paying off if he goes to the right situation. Overall, I just love this starting lineup. This is a really solid starting lineup by Bobby Jr. Did a nice job building a really strong team. Team 8, really good. Just waited a bit too long on the running backs. Connor and Rashad White. You don't have a true RB1 in that group. Not getting enough production out of the running back position. Team 9, decent starting lineup. Love the wide receivers. Like the running backs. Like the quarterback. I think you might have waited a touch too long on the tight end, but overall, Team 9 is probably the second best starting lineup behind Bobby Jr. I would think, overall. Team 6 is pretty strong as well. Those are probably my top 3 teams right now. Finally, Fumble Sports. I love the team, but as was pointed out, I was too heavy on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I should have diversified the number of teams. That's my mistake. Did a bad job in my draft. Love the talent, but too many Jaguars. Anyway, that is our mock draft for today, Wednesday, August 23rd. Appreciate all of you guys being with us.